George McCullough, he used to have that taxi service, that old Volkswagen. Go all day up Oakland for $10, you know. And Burgess's, they live across from a restaurant down there. And Harry and Betty and I forget who else. Anyhow, but that Harry, he could dig a ditch just as straight as could be. I mean, I never seen a man dig a ditch like he did. Yeah. That one time, rather funny thing, when I was town cop, I always wanted to watch something. I could never find a TV book. My wife would put it up someplace, and I don't know where she put it. So I got mad one time, put a handcuffs on her. I put one on her leg and one on her hand, you know. She said, okay, I won't do it no more. I said, okay. She said, take them off. I lost my key. So I had to call up Oakland to her dad. I said, Paul, do you have a spare key up there? I said, I put handcuffs on Joe and I can't get them off. He said, holy hell. I said, yeah, that's what I say. So I had to take her to Oakland. We got out, you know, and she had to walk like this, you know. Them guys looking out the jail, I bet they thought, my God, she must be something else. Yeah, he said, what the hell are you doing? I said, oh, I don't know, Paul. I said, your daughter take my TV book, and I couldn't find it, and I got mad.
That's a great story.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
That was funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. That's why I met my wife in the 7th grade. I seen her, you know, red hair and pigtails and freckles. We didn't go together till about sophomore, and we started to go together. Yeah. That's all was here was timber. They used to have a coal mine at McCullers. I can remember people walking down. The train was loading coal up there and everything, you know. But I can remember them walking down. It was all dirty and everything, you know. That was a long time ago. This up there, Harry Black. He and Bill Frazee was in the lumber business together. Old Black had that house down there where that Chad Fike lives now. That was Harry Black or something his name was. They had him and Bill Frazee had a lumber company. You take him back of the firehouse there, that was all swampland in there. There was nothing there. Just the railroad had it, you know, and it was just nothing but swamp. Then John Homan, he built all them houses. He claimed it was his land. I guess that was it. He had it. But he had all that old lumber and he built them houses. I think he went down Sellysport down there, got some of them houses, you know. Yeah, we had a big swimming hole there. Cribbing hole, I think we call it. But it was nothing but swamp there. Yeah, people give us hell for playing basketball up there in the evening. Oh, yeah, that's all you boys do, you know. Always Cecil Shorter, I think. Yeah. I remember them old pickles and fish in them barrels in the old country store. Yeah, I remember old Ross when he had a clover farm store down there. Used to have him books during the war, you know. Had to give them to him, buy stuff, you know, some stuff. Gas, he had to have stamps to buy gas, you know. Of course, I was just a kid then, but I remember them. But I remember going to the store and giving books, you know, to buy stuff. But that gas, I never will. I remember old Roosevelt when he called the numbers out. Of course, I didn't know. I heard it was a war, you know, but them days, 11, 12 years old, you don't think much about war, you know. Yeah, me and Joanne, we've been married about 64 years. She was 20, I was 23. She got out of college. We got married. I was working for my uncle, Gene Sines, and he got killed. He was snaking some logs out of the woods and had a Ford tractor pulling him, you know, and it hit a stone and came up to hit him, knocking him off the tractor, and he fell down, and a rib went through his lung. So then I worked for his brother, and I had a good many cars. After me and Joanne got married, we had our share. Had a beautiful Mercury, and She pulled out in front of somebody, ripped the hole back in. Her dad said, "Oh, he'll never notice that." She came out crying and said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I did something to the car." I said, "Well, don't worry about it. I never care about the car. I mean, I care, you know, but I'm not. She was more to me in the car." 11th grade, I think we had. I don't think we had 12. 11, I think. I forget how many was in our class. Not too many, and now there's not too many. And most of the people that's live around here, like me and Joanne and Mary Schroyer and Owen France and who else? Rose Haney. Well, I don't know her last name now. Her name was Rose. Her dad was something else. Horse thief Haney, we call it. He was in the horse business, I guess. I guess, I don't know. But some of them old timber times, like Charlie Bill. He could sell you anything. I bought some shrubbery off him. I never asked where he got it. I think he got it off some state land or something. I don't know. Oh, sure, you got shot over there at the club. He was a constable that shot him. Pete, I think his last name was. Shot Schroyer. I remember that. And down Shantytown was another thing where someone got shot, I remember. That was before my time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, election time was something else in Friendsville. I mean, they went out now. Yeah. I had to laugh.
Sounds like they took the elections pretty seriously back then, eh?
Yeah, they did. Fighting, arguing, man. Yeah. All the Frances are Republicans and the Sanses are Democrats, you know. Oh boy. Good old days. That old Red Jenkins down there, I remember old James King. Him and what's his name, that friend. They used to get in the fight. My God, James was a man, you know. He was strong, 6 foot something, muscled, and he was in prison a couple times, you know. And that old friend, he was just only about 5 foot, if he was that. He'd knock him through the door, you know. It's me and Bob Henline was down there one time sitting in the police car, and all of a sudden I looked and the door came open at the beer joint. Out came Houston Friend. And Bob, he took after 2 guys, Claude Fawcett and Gene Frazee. They was racing, you know. They took off at Friendsville Bridge, and Bob went after them, but he got them. They had a trial. And I hate to say anything, because they was my friends, you know. When you're just a town cop, I wasn't getting nothing. $50 a month or something. I was supposed to do is direct traffic. But next thing I knew, I was dog catcher and everything. That's the trouble. I mean, hell, I just did it, direct traffic and things, you know. I wasn't supposed to go in the beer joints and had to go to trial. And they was trying to get Fred Emerson up here for selling to minors, you know. And they got me up there. Well, I don't remember. I didn't see nothing, you know. I didn't look for nothing. That old guy, he said, "I remember I asked you for the cigarette. I wanted a light." I said, "Oh, yeah." He was a inspector or something, you know. Well, hell, I didn't know. I said, "Well, I didn't see nothing." Old Fred, I like old Fred. You know, when you got friends, it's hard to go against them. But, yeah, I don't know. It was no harm. Hell, he wasn't doing nothing. He was just having a square dance, you know. And some might have been a little young, some, I don't know. Shit, them days, it didn't matter how old you was, you could drink it. Had moonshine or something, you know. Yeah. I remember Quincy Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
He made, well, one time, Anna Claire and I forget who else was eating lunch there, and she got a bowl of vegetable soup. Well, she had an acorn. I don't know why she had an acorn, but here it was green vegetable soup, and she didn't like it, so she put that acorn in it. Well, that night I came up, and get a bowl of soup. Here I got that acorn out of my soup. Oh, he was something else, that Quincy, I'll tell you. And Bill Frazee, he took a shovel over, and I don't know which one hit him with the shovel. They was always arguing, him and Bill Frazee and Quincy. I mean, it was something. But he took a shovel and hit him one time down there, I remember. Yeah. I remember when Doc Glover committed, well, he didn't commit suicide, but I think he did too. I think he got the mattress on fire, and they drug him out of the house, put him down on the sidewalk, and John Devine was working on him, and I came by, and I was just a kid, 15, 16. He said, "Here, Leroy, take over." And I get on him and pump on him, and old Doc Nedrow came. He was a big guy, about 6 foot something. He took his penknife out and took his toe and cut the piece out. He's dead. Yeah, I took his knife and I took a piece out of his toe. He said he's dead. Now, I was just a kid. I had to work on him, and man, I'll tell you. Well, I seen about everything go up around here.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that old post office. That was a shame they tore that down. I mean, it was beautiful. The work they did in it and everything. That boy, Paul Friend, he took me in upstairs one time. Boy, it was beautiful up there. They had a lot of baskets up there. I don't know if someone used to make baskets or what, but he gave me one. But that's when his mother used to run the post office. Mickey, I think. No, it wasn't Mickey. No. Well, there's other story. Election time. You talk about election time. They was fighting. They used to give out little whiskey to vote for this guy. Yeah. A couple women gave us, boy, a whole fifth one time. We was only young boys, But he said, get people to vote, But they used to come and get you and take you to vote, and they don't do that anymore, Earl Guard and Mickey Guard and all of them. It was something. Then my Uncle Buck, he got in the fight with France over Democrats and the Republicans, and my Uncle Buck hit him one. I think he knocked him out, I'm not sure, but it was a fighting time at election time. It was something. I remember Bud Frazee down there. That old hotel up there, that was something too. Old Vi Frazee. She was a woman, but you wouldn't want monkey with her. I'll tell you, she could pick you up one hand. She used to load posts, on the truck and things. Yeah, and Sim Friend, all them, they was big boys. Raymond. And then they had a brother who was crippled, like, I forget his name, but he'd go around, walking all around town with his cane, and crutches, I mean. But that was something, old schoolhouse up there, I remember that. We played basketball and people would run into the walls. I forget the boys from Rockville or someplace to walk over there around Somerset. They came play basketball. Hey, we bumped into the wall and he hurt a couple boys. That's our best players. We didn't mean to. He just was running, but it was rough.
Yeah.
I remember one time, me and Wade Frazee, I was town copping, they had a hoochie coochie show down there. I said, come on, I'll take you in. So I took him in, and I said, well, we better go on the back way. We went out there, stood my wife and his wife. Oh, yeah, I never will forget that. Like I said, me and my cousin used to get that pig iron along the railroad. We used to put pennies on the railroad tracks. When the train came by, it flattened them out, Oh, used to go without shoes and thump my toes. Good God, that was awful.